January 17th, 1991, opening night of Desert Storm. 24 F-15E Strike Eagles launch from Al-Kharj Air Base, Saudi Arabia. Their target, 5 fixed Scud missile installations in western Iraq. 6-hour missions, deep into enemy territory, at night, through weather that would have grounded missions a decade earlier. This is what the Strike Eagle was built for. The F-15 was born as an air superiority fighter, not a pound for air-to-ground. But the F-15E is different. 2 seats, LANTIRN targeting pods, conformal fuel tanks, a fighter that can bomb. Crews call it the Mud Hen. The Air Force calls it the most capable all-weather strike fighter in the world. And during Desert Storm, it proved both names were right. This is the story of the F-15E in Desert Storm, the Scud hunts that never ended, the night missions nobody else could fly, the helicopter killed with a laser-guided bomb, and why 42 days of combat with only 2 losses made the Mud Hen legendary. The F-15E Strike Eagle started as a contrarian idea. Take America's best air-to-air fighter and turn it into a bomber that can still win any dogfight. McDonnell Douglas funded it themselves, took the second TF-15A trainer and modified it as a demonstrator in 1982. Conformal fuel tanks bolted to the fuselage, advanced avionics, a weapons system officer in the back seat to manage targeting. The Air Force needed a replacement for the F-111 Aardvark, a deep strike bomber that could penetrate enemy territory at night in bad weather. The Strike Eagle competed against the F-16XL. The Strike Eagle won. First flight December 11, 1986. Operational September 30, 1989. Just 16 months later, Iraq invaded Kuwait, and the Strike Eagle deployed to war. The 335th and 336th Tactical Fighter Squadrons, both from Seymour Johnson Air Force Base, North Carolina, deployed to Saudi Arabia. 48 F-15Es. Brand new aircraft. Most crews had less than 2 years in type. Their primary mission, Scud hunting. Iraq's Scud missiles were hitting Israel and Saudi Arabia. If Israel retaliated, the Arab coalition might collapse. Stopping the Scuds became a political and military priority, and the F-15E was the only aircraft that could hunt them effectively. The tactic, Scud Combat Air Patrols. F-15Es would orbit over western Iraq at night, using LANTIRN pods to scan suspected Scud launch areas, heat signatures from mobile launchers, tire tracks in the sand, anything that looked like a Scud. 5 to 6 hour missions, sometimes longer, flying at low altitude to avoid radar, through weather, at night, alone. And when they found something, or thought they did, they'd drop laser-guided bombs or fire Maverick missiles. Random bombings in suspected areas to deter Iraqis from setting up for launches. Did it work? The Scud launches decreased. Whether that was because Strike Eagles were destroying launchers or because Iraqi crews were too scared to set up is debatable. Post-war analysis couldn't confirm a single mobile Scud launcher destroyed. But the political mission succeeded. Israel didn't retaliate. The coalition held together. The Strike Eagle's LANTIRN system was revolutionary. Low-altitude navigation and targeting infrared for night. 2 pods, navigation pod with terrain-following radar, targeting pod with forward-looking infrared and laser designator. It meant the F-15E could fly at 200 feet above ground, at night, in weather, following terrain automatically, find targets with thermal imaging, designate with laser, drop precision-guided munitions, all without seeing the target with human eyes. No other fighter in Desert Storm had that capability. F-16s needed clear weather. F-A-18s couldn't operate at night with precision. F-111s were being phased out and had limited numbers. The Strike Eagle on the night. February 14, 1991. Captain Richard T.B. Bennett and his weapons system officer are on a Scud patrol when they get a call. Special Forces team under attack. Iraqi Mi-24 Hind helicopters dropping troops. Bennett's Strike Eagle, call sign Lucky, diverts through challenging weather and heavy AAA fire. They spot the Hinds. Bennett's WSO locks a GBU-10 laser-guided bomb on one helicopter, 2,000-pound bomb, against a helicopter in flight. The bomb hits. The Hind disintegrates in a fireball 800 feet above the ground. The other Iraqi helicopters retreat. The Special Forces team escapes. It's the only confirmed air-to-air kill by an F-15E using an air-to-ground weapon. A laser-guided bomb killing a helicopter. By the end of Desert Storm, F-15Es had flown 2,200 sorties, 7,700 flight hours. They struck Scud sites, command centers, bunkers, airfields, armor. Prior to the ground war, they conducted tank plinking, destroying Iraqi vehicles in Kuwait one at a time with precision weapons. 2 Strike Eagles were lost, both to ground fire or accidents, not enemy fighters. Crews ejected safely from one. The other was killed. For a brand new aircraft in its first war, the performance was extraordinary. All-weather capability, deep strike, precision weapons, and still dangerous in air-to-air if Iraqi fighters showed up. The Strike Eagle proved the concept, a fighter that bombs without giving up its ability to fight. Today, the F-15E is still in service, updated, modernized, more advanced radar, weapons, targeting systems. It's flown in every American conflict since Desert Storm, Bosnia, Iraq again, Afghanistan, Syria. And crews still call it the Mud Hen, with pride.